My wish list for the budget is number one, infrastructure thrust. Last year, the Honorable Finance Minister had earmarked 100 lakh crores in 5 years. That should be kept going to boost economic growth. Secondly, reduction of GST on housing and the key materials like cement, where it is 28%, and steel, where it is 18%. This will help infrastructure too. The government of Maharashtra reduced stamp duty by just 2% and to 2% from 5%, and we had very good sales in the last 3 months. Thirdly, bank capitalization is very important. After the merger of banks last year, the banks have become stronger and need to be capitalized monetarily. Fourthly, support the capital markets so that it helps capital raising for companies to grow and expand. And lastly, I would say we must lower the personal income tax, especially the highest marginal rate, the surcharge, where it comes to as high as 42%. That will help LLPs too, and this should be reduced to the normal rate of tax. I think this is my wish list for this year, and we hope for a great budget.
Our expectation from the government on the budget eve would be that this budget is has to be uh, to accelerate the road for economic recovery and also to do ease of business in the country. Because of the pandemic, there are a lot of difficulties people are facing, particularly small and medium enterprises and unorganized sector. And the government will have to do something for that. Secondly, the government must do some steps, take some steps to promote savings and investment, which needs to be improved and instill the confidence in the people. Thirdly, the government must do something from the perspective of doing some steps for COVID expenditures. Particularly, now work from home culture has come to stay, and hence, if that be the case, it is essential that the government must allow expenditure on the extension of the house, larger house, or depreciation on the house, or the furniture required to customize in the house, because if the husband and wife both are working in the different companies which are competing with each other, they require different premise, they require different room and also the furniture for that, and therefore some expenditure or some allowances required to be given to the employees or even employer. These are essential steps which are required to be taken. Lastly, one suggestion is particularly in regard to the differential rate of tax which was created last year, which has created confusion and also no major advantage to all the taxpayers. It is only for the small and medium taxpayers, which is also giving them very little benefit. I believe that the simplification must be brought in, remove all the exemptions and deductions. What you are doing is correct, but bring down the rate of tax. The government does only one thing: they will remove the exemptions and deductions, but will not reduce the rate of tax, as has been seen the experience of in the corporate world. After VP Singh, for the first time, the reduction in the rate of tax has taken place in the corporate taxes last year, whereas there is no guarantee that it will continue for long.
There are several expectations as far as the GST is concerned in this budget. First and foremost, they must remove all restrictions on input tax credit. This will reduce the cost of transaction. The second is that they must include fuels within the ambit of GST. This will once again enable manufacturers and service providers to take the tax credit, which is otherwise getting loaded into the cost of the transactions, insofar as fuels like petroleum and and gas and other are concerned, especially electricity. The third is that there must be a robust dispute resolution mechanism. They should set up tribunals. It's 3.5 years, and we have not seen tribunals in place. The authority for advance ruling in all the states has miserably failed to provide a alternative mechanism, and there is still no clarity on various aspects of the law. The last and the most important factor is this: that there must be a total alignment of the laws as far as GST and foreign trade policy and the customs exemption notifications are concerned. Today, because of the imbalance which is created, the exporters are facing a large problem in various demands that are being made by either the customs authorities or the GST authorities. The exporters do need relief in these tough pandemic times.
अब की बार में इस तरह से एक बूस्ट बजट आएगा जो आदमियों का उत्साह बढ़ाएगा। हाँ, हो सकता है इनकम टैक्स में रियायत होगा, हो सकता है और कई चीज़ों में रियायत सरकार देगी, ऐसी हम आशा रखते हुए हम जहाँ तक जेम एंड ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री का सवाल है वहाँ में हम चाहते हैं कि कुछ न कुछ सरकार उसकी ओर ध्यान दे और उसमें कुछ न कुछ मुनाफा दे। वहाँ हम गत वर्षों के 5 फाइनेंस मिनिस्टरों से हम करस्पॉन्डेंस करते आए, नीति आयोग से भी हमने बात की है और हमने चाहा है कि किसी तरह जेम एंड ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री में जो इस सरकार के दौरान में जो बढ़ावा हुआ है, जैसे भी कई कारण है, हम जीएसटी की बात करें तो 1% वैट था, लेकिन उन्होंने सरकार ने 3% जीएसटी कर दी थी। इसी तरह सबसे मुख्य जो इम्पोर्टेंट इसमें मुद्दा है वो है इम्पोर्ट ड्यूटी जो 2% थी वो सरकार ने बढ़ा के अब तक 12.5% कर दी है और 12.5% से 3% उसमें जीएसटी ऐड होता है, तो इस तरह जाके कुल मिला जुला कर 15.5% हो जाती है। तो ये सरकार को उसके बारे में गौर करना। उसका मैं कारण देता हूँ, मुख्य कारण है कि आज इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में सोना जो 41-42 हज़ार के आसपास है, वही हिंदुस्तान में सोना 52,000 के आसपास पहुँच गया है। तो इस सब बातों को मद्दे रखते हुए सरकार ने इम्पोर्ट ड्यूटी पे ध्यान देना है, सरकार को जीएसटी पे भी ध्यान देना है, सरकार को एक पैन कार्ड का जो बड़ा इशू है, गृहिणी आती है इसमें सोना खरीदारी के लिए, वो सब पैन कार्ड वगैरह जैसी चीज़ों में समझती नहीं है और वो सेविंग से ये पैसा लेके आती है ज्वेलरी लेने के लिए, तो उसमें भी सरकार को कंसिडर करना। दूसरा, सरकार को चाहिए कि गोल्ड स्पॉट एक्सचेंज बनाया जाए, जिसके अंतर्गत हम जितने भी लोग हमारे हिंदुस्तान में बसते हैं उनको कुछ उसमें गोल्ड स्पॉट एक्सचेंज से सोना इजीली अवेलेबल हो सके।
हेलो एवरीवन, HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying rupees 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying rupees 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.